Thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Roberts in Whitehorse. We begin tonight in the Yukon. RCMP are once again asking the public for help as they continue to investigate a double homicide from March 2023. 35-year-old Benjamin Symington and 22-year-old Michael Bennett were shot and killed in Mayo. To date, police have made no arrests in connection with the killings. As Chris McIntyre reports, the community and family members of one of the victims say closure can't happen until an arrest is made.
Michael Bennett and Ben Symington were shot and killed in the C6 subdivision outside of the village of Mayo. Bennett's sister says there's not a day that goes by where she doesn't think of her younger brother.
He was almost friends with everyone, and just caring. He really loved the outdoors. He thrived doing any kind of sport, loved his snowboarding. Yeah, he was like my other half. Me and him, we went through a lot of stuff together as kids, and to lose him was really tough.
Sarah Horton says the RCMP has notified the family that the investigation is still underway, but with no arrests after 3 years, she says she's starting to feel hopeless.
Mikey deserves justice. Ben's family deserves justice. And I don't want to hear about, someone else I know getting shot or murdered. And so I think the sooner we can get whoever is responsible behind bars and, kind of make a statement that you can't just go around shooting people and getting away with it.
The town's mayor says in a community the size of Mayo, it's understandable that people may be scared to come forward with any information out of fear of repercussions. He says as long as the perpetrators are still out there, nobody feels secure.
My feeling is that the fears are real, and you are talking about turning in somebody who's already killed somebody. I guess I would just urge them to find the courage and hope that the RCMP could protect them and that they would find the courage to put somebody behind bars that would kill two people in cold blood.
The First Nation of Nacho-Nayagdun also supports the RCMP's call for public assistance. It said in a statement that we are all responsible for keeping our community safe. The RCMP are asking anybody with any information to contact the Yukon Major Crime Unit. Chris McIntyre, CBC News, Dawson City.
A 24-year-old from Norman Wells, Northwest Territories, has been sentenced to 26 months in jail. The accused faced multiple charges, including assault. Tamara Merritt has that story.
Tegan Sutherland pleaded guilty to offenses including mischief, assault, threatening people, and failing to follow release orders. According to the agreed statement of facts, in September 2024, Sutherland approached two homes in Norman Wells carrying a knife. Witnesses said he was looking for someone and was threatening the residents. 11 days later, Sutherland was part of a group who entered a home with bear spray and a crossbow. During an altercation, the resident in the home was shot in the thigh, and one person with Sutherland was paralyzed after he was struck with an axe. Sutherland was not responsible for dispensing the bear spray or shooting the crossbow. In his sentencing today, Territorial Judge Robert Gorin said he took into account Sutherland's age, lack of a prior criminal record, and his guilty plea, but that he also considered the seriousness of the offenses. Along with his 26-month sentence, Sutherland will have his DNA stored in a national database and is also under a 5 years firearms ban. Tamara Merritt, CBC News, Yellowknife.
Earlier this month, the Transportation Safety Board published its report into the 2024 plane crash in Fort Smith NWT. It killed 6 and left 1 survivor. The report notes the airline's de-icing equipment in Fort Smith had been unusable for months. De-icing equipment clears aircraft of potentially dangerous snow and ice before flight. Sarah St. Pierre looked into how often that kind of equipment is unavailable in the NWT.
Planes aren't supposed to take off with anything sticking to their wings at all. That includes snow and ice. To remove it, there's de-icing equipment. It sprays specialized fluids onto planes to keep them clean. Having that equipment is the responsibility of airlines, not airports. Some challenges with that for Northern Airlines, bringing it to remote communities, and then having the resources for maintenance there.
And they do have challenges, but safety is always their priority, and it's always been. And we know that I'm also a pilot, so I know that any little bit of ice or snow or anything what we call contaminants, we don't fly with that. Regulations are saying that, but also common sense because it does not work.
He says it's rare that equipment goes unrepaired for months at a time, like it did in Fort Smith. But he said one thing he's heard from some airlines is that it could help if the responsibility shifted from airlines to airports. Back in 2018, the TSB recommended that Transport Canada look into identifying where there's inadequate de-icing and anti-icing equipment and step in to take urgent action to close the gap in northern remote communities. That's referenced again in the Fort Smith report.
To paraphrase what they said is that Transport Canada hasn't done enough. Their intent is good. They're well-meaning, basically, is what they're saying, but it still hasn't been solved. And I think we as aircraft operators and people that live in the north should be given the same amount of resources as a person flying out of Calgary, Montreal, Ottawa, or Vancouver.
In a written statement, Transport Canada said it's prioritizing system-wide improvements like inspections rather than tracking equipment. It also said it's still in the process of collaborating with air carriers and airports to identify and reduce safety risks. Sarah Saint-Pierre, CBC News, Yellowknife.
The government of Nunavut has released its new mandate. In English, it's called Let's Work Together. As Caitlin Joannis tells us, it puts a major focus on the territory's traditional roots.
The mandate for the 7th legislature is called Ikayotigita, and Commissioner Eva Arek says it recognizes the importance of Inuit identity.
It represents how Inuit have survived for a long time, up to today, knowing they have to help even without being asked.
The mandate will include Inuit Kawimayatukangit and the wisdom of elders to guide the government for a successful outcome, with 4 pillars of priorities to support the growth of Nunavut and to better the lives of Nunavummiut. Nunavut's Premier John Mayo says he and the ministers are ready for some hard work.
Even though we know we're going to work on some heavy stuff, we accept that. We're not worried, we are going to work hard.
That heavy stuff includes strengthening families and communities, increasing employment, and growing the economy, while also prioritizing health and safety of children and youth. Caitlin Jonas, CBC News, Iqaluit.
The Yukon government, along with governments across Canada, have been working to speed up permitting processes, an issue the mining industry has said is critically important to prevent mine projects from getting delayed. But a new report from the University of British Columbia says financing issues are behind most mine delays in the Yukon, not permitting. Katrin Pilkington has been looking into this, and she joins me now with more. So, Katrin, what did this report find?
Well, the study looked at hard rock mines approved by the Yukon Assessment Board from 2005 to 2025. Researchers found that of 6 mines, it wasn't clear that any were significantly impacted by unnecessary permitting delays. 2 started production on time, 3 were delayed because they couldn't get financing, and 1 failed environmental review.
Okay, so then what else did the researchers find during this audit?
Well, one of the big ones was projections that mining companies make are often inaccurate in terms when they're talking about revenue or the number of jobs that will be created. Researchers say this is really important given costs associated with mining, from environmental disasters to growing remediation budgets. They say it's important to have reliable, accessible data on how the sector is contributing to our economy.
So the governments are doing this work of balancing, right? Of being like, we want to have these benefits, these benefits, these jobs, these taxes, these are very important, and there are these substantial risks. And so what we're seeing, though, is that these economic benefits are kind of assumed.
And this isn't the first audit these researchers have done on the mining sector. They told me this issue of revenue being lower than expected, royalties being lower than expected, is something they're interested in following.
The results have been very surprising, because they really fly in the face of the narrative we get from government. So we're actually really interested in exploring that disjunct between the sort of promise that's sold to all of us about mining solving a lot of our fiscal problems, and then the reality that we see through the audits of like really systematic economic underperformance.
And what has the reaction been to this paper, Katrin?
Well, I spoke to an economist who's written several books about the Canadian mining industry. He says this kind of work fills an important gap.
These kind of analyses are very much needed.
He says revenue projections are included in mine proposals, but audits of actual performance are more rare.
It's more about, for instance, perspectives with respect to what could be the revenues associated to new mining projects, like numbers with respect to actual revenues of the past. These numbers are a little harder to find. Sometimes you can't find them, especially like royalties.
Minister of Mines Ted Laking told me this is actually something they're looking into, and the department will soon require mining companies to report on their economic contributions.
Okay, thanks for all your work on this, Katrin.
Thank you.
The Arctic Economic Security Corridor and Grays Bay Road and Port are hot topics right now in the north. The projects would connect the NWT and Nunavut to the Canadian highway system from the Arctic coast. But questions remain about the benefits the project would bring to the mining industry. The CBC's Mahnor Mubarak has more.
Hudson Lester is the general manager for Nunavut for the NWT and Nunavut Chamber of Mines. He says that linking Nunavut with the rest of Canada could help with the development of new mines or extend the life of mines that already exist, which would help the North economically given recent mine closures in the NWT. Lester added the project would help create sustainable mining in the territories and boost the economy.
You now have reduced costs for companies, you have increased access for companies, and throughout it all, you end up creating jobs.
Ken Coates is an Arctic security expert. He says that where the project has the most value in terms of security is providing access to an area rich with critical minerals.
We can't assume that those materials will be available from everywhere around the world and for the decades and decades to come. That the world is very uncertain right now. And so having a guaranteed access, guaranteed supply of these raw materials is a vital part of our security architecture.
With Arctic security being a hot button topic right now, Coates says he's heard about the projects being planned for years.
Now what happens is you slap the name Arctic on these things, Arctic security onto these things, and all of a sudden they become national priorities.
But he worries about the projects being forgotten when the world stabilizes and southern Canada loses interest in the Arctic. Both projects were referred to the Major Projects Office last week. Mahnor Mubarak, CBC News, Iqaluit.
In Nunavut, an Inuit-owned clean energy developer has released the results of a field study for a proposed hydro project at the Kugaluk River. Nunavut Nukiksautit Corporation, or NNC, held a gathering to share what it found on Thursday in Iqaluit. The field study analyzed the environmental and archaeological features of the area. The data was collected in August and September of last year. One Iqaluit resident who attended the session says she's relieved by the results.
It was nice to see there was some old tent ring sites, an old tool that they had found, and no graves were reported to be found, which was, kind of relieving, because maybe if there was, it might have changed how I felt about the project.
NNC says the results will help address the concerns of Nunavut residents.
By getting a really clear understanding of what the concerns are, that enables us to shape the data collection program so that we can directly address every single concern and back it up with really good knowledge.
Pudister says the project is still in its early stages and more consultations will happen next month in Pangnaktu.
Let's do this, guys. Getting ready for a game means being ready for anything. You have to be ready off the ice, too. That's why I remember 988, Canada's suicide crisis helpline. Anyone can call or text for free, confidential support from a trained responder. Like a spare stick, it's a good thing to have handy, just in case.
If you experienced harm while admitted to a federal Indian hospital between 1936 and 1981, you might be eligible for compensation. The claims period is now open. Free supports are available to help you submit your claim. Learn more at www.ihsettlement.ca or call 1-888-592-9101.
Looking for stories about Indigenous peoples from across the country?
We know where you can find them.
Zinez Hotier, my name is Edzi Ulevrin, and I'm Tahltan Nation and Takurura Tlingit First Nation.
CBC Indigenous.
My name is Brett Forster, and I'm from the Chippewas of Kettle and Stony Point First Nation.
Creative.
Engaging.
Informative.
Grounded in First Nation.
Métis.
And Inuit communities.
The federal government announced $17 million in funding today for Indigenous broadcasters. That includes money for organizations in all 3 territories. But it seems the funding is far from enough in the long run. Devin Tredinnick looks at the impact the announcement will have for one broadcaster in the Northwest Territories.
Ottawa's money for Indigenous broadcasters is coming through the Northern Aboriginal Broadcasting component of the Indigenous Languages Program. But Federal Minister Mark Miller says it's no end-all, be-all solution.
Generally, this is a program that is oversubscribed and probably needs more money. These radio stations, broadcasting stations, are generally ones in need of money.
Miller says about 24 radio stations will benefit from this funding. He says that's critical because some of these stations are broadcasting into remote communities that don't have other sources of broadcasting. But he also says Canada needs to balance their needs with where and how Ottawa spends its money. He says that requires some fine-tuning, and he's looking into it. Part of the announced funding includes almost $1 million over 2 years to the Native Communications Society of the Northwest Territories. That money is going to local radio station CKLB 101.9 FM. It broadcasts in multiple Dene languages 6 days a week. Judy Kashan is an Indigenous language broadcaster at the station. She's happy about the announced funding.
It'll enable us to go to communities and accumulate all the material that we need, for our daily programming.
Kashan says she wants to talk to people in her Indigenous language and broadcast back their stories and interviews. She also says it would be nice to take a coworker with her to show them parts of the territory they haven't seen yet. Devin Tredinnick, CBC News, Yellowknife.
In Nunavut, the MLA for Akumut is calling on the territorial government to do more to support access to country food. March is Nutrition Month in Canada. MLA Gordon Kautuk is taking the opportunity to raise the issue in the Legislative Assembly. On Thursday, he pointed to a country food distribution program that was started in the territory. It funded community harvesting initiatives and community freezers. But that program ended in March of 2022. Nunavut's Minister of Community Services says country food plays a bigger role in Inuit culture than just satisfying hunger.
Country food is quite valuable to all of our communities. It helps with healing. It helps keep our culture together.
The minister says the government will continue to work on country food programs. He says he hopes the government can find a way to work with the airlines to lower shipping costs. Season 2 of Yukon's puppet series, Northern Tales, just debuted this week. It's a mockumentary-style series that follows a crew of ground squirrels as they learn about their home, the boreal forest. This after star puppet Michael J. the Fox just finished a stint as the official mascot of the Arctic Winter Games. I sat down earlier with Michael J. and the show's creator to learn more.
Yeah, well, I'm Michael J. and I'm here with...
Megan Roberts.
Yeah, that's right.
Just throw to the fox.
Pretend I'm a bear. Go.
The boreal forest is a big place.
Who said that?
We're going on an adventure!
Well, I'm Michael J, and I'm a roving reporter. And one day I think I might want your job.
I think you could do my job. I think you do it really well. We'll get some...
Actually?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Who do I send my resume to?
I'll give you the email address of my manager, Mervin.
Okay,
and
Mervin. Yeah, okay, good.
I'll let him know to be expecting an email from you. Yeah.
Okay, 10-4.
He's a
Kelly,
bit,
I'm leaving you.
He's a bit hard to manage.
We have plenty of people that are hard to manage, and this one's at least cute, so he's got that going for him.
I want a union deal.
Kelly, can you introduce yourself as well?
I'm Kelly Milner, and I'm the producer of Northern Tales, where this guy is actually from.
Yes.
That's right.
So, Michael J., you just finished up a pretty big gig as the mascot for the Arctic Winter Games. Tell me how that went.
Yeah, I mean, well, really, it was no big deal, really. It was super fun. It was really cool. It was a sweet atmosphere. There were so many teams. I saw so much. There was lots of shiny pins. I love pins. What can I say?
Yeah, shiny stuff is pretty good. I think your Raven pals probably like shiny stuff too, eh?
Winston, yeah. Yeah, he likes anything shiny. Like tinfoil.
Kelly, tell me about what it was like having the exposure of Michael J being the official mascot.
I think for us, having Michael J, when we got initially approached by the Games Committee here, it was kind of a really cool idea to collaborate because I think they always have a mascot. It's usually something that gets designed for each games. And you have to create all this backstory and, how they can be relatable. And it was kind of nice for us to be able to offer some options to them of our characters from Northern Tales that kind of already had a backstory. They did consider, I'm going to say Michael, they did consider a few options, but really in the end it really came down to just Michael J.
Yeah, it's the fur.
It's the fur.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But I think also, even in Northern Tales, Michael J is the roving reporter, and he goes out and he's the one puppet that crosses over into the human world. And so that idea of being able to bring this sort of fun, playful puppet kind of character and then have them interact with people, he already had a bit of rapport. He had a pretty solid fan base here locally. So
I'm huge in Whitehorse.
So it wasn't hard for him to sort of reach out and be connected to the other athletes, the other contingents.
Yeah, Michael, tell me about some of the people that you met and where they were from.
Well, I met a lot of people. I met some girls from Greenland. That was really cool. Nunavut. That was really cool. That's northern Quebec, if you don't know. Nunavut. There's people that really, actually English wasn't even their first language. It was really neat. And I met, who else did I meet? People from the Northwest Territories, where you're from, right? Oh, I met the Governor General, yeah. Mary Simon, you know her?
Oh, yeah, she's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, first Indigenous Governor General. No big deal.
No big deal.
Oh, who else? Adam Van Couverden, Secretary for Sport or something? Important? I don't know.
But
MPs, it was really cool.
Nobody as important as you, and now your fan base, I imagine, is outside of Whitehorse as well. So how are you dealing with all of this newfound fame?
Yeah, a lot of DMs. If people could just lay off, please. I can't answer them all. It's very difficult.
We are live in 3, 2, 1, action!
Clearly, there's a big viewership for Northern Tales. I'll start with asking Kelly, and Michael, you jump in when you want as well.
Sure.
But we all live together in the boreal forest. So why is it important to bring these stories to people, not only in our own backyard, but also people across the world since it's available online?
Well, I think that's the whole idea behind Northern Tales to start off with. We live in the boreal forest, which is the biggest ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem in the world. It goes all around the circumpolar north, around the planet. And it's we like to say it's the place you didn't know you didn't even know. I think we kind of get overlooked sometimes when you think about, what comes up around climate change. There's the glaciers or the the icebergs and polar bears, and we have like skinny trees and swamps, and that's kind of what we have the most of here. So it was trying to find a way to tell stories about the animals and the ecosystems and how we all interact, like including the people, and trying to get people to understand maybe some of the science, to understand how we're all connected, how we live together, how we all share this space, and how we all need to learn how to be better neighbors in a way. And that what happens here also affects everyone else around the planet, because we are important to everyone, not just ourselves.
We'll always have the forest.
Well, that was really good, actually. I thought that was really good. That was everything I was going to say.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, and and caribou are really cool too.
Yeah, caribou are really cool.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Pursue climate change!
We're dropping a new season of Northern Tales.
Yeah, we are.
Tell me what to expect, Michael.
Well, lots of gags, lots of laughs, lots of science, right?
A lot of science.
Yep.
A lot of
but
silly,
lots of
a lot
laughs.
silly.
Some farts.
Some farts?
Yeah, just a few farts.
Yeah, you know,
It's
it wouldn't
fine.
be a good fun kids show without
Hey.
a couple little fart jokes, eh?
Everybody farts sometimes.
Michael, I'm going to ask you if you want to do a little sign off for Northbeat just to wrap up our conversation here. Do you want to say
Sure.
something to our viewers?
Yeah, sure, okay. I'm Michael J, signing off for Northbeat, and now we know.
And that is Northbeat for tonight. For news anytime, go to cbc.ca/north. Thank you for watching. I'm Megan Roberts in Whitehorse. Have a good night.
If you experienced harm while admitted to a federal Indian hospital between 1936 and 1981, you might be eligible for compensation. The claims period is now open. Free supports are available to help you submit your claim. Learn more at www.ihsettlement.ca or call 1-888-592-9101.
Across the region.
Local news is in decline across Canada. And this is bad news for all of us. With less local news, noise, rumors, and misinformation fill the void. That's why CBC News is putting more journalists in more places across Canada. reporting on the ground from where you live. Because local news is big news. Choose news, not noise.